Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BI. In this session I'm going to tell you how do we interpret script activities output JSON. Okay, so I have a simple script activity in which I have mentioned two queries. The first query says select top 2 star from table name. Second query says select star from table name. Okay, so in the second table there is only one record, which is nothing but it has a last modified date timestamp value. Only one record, one column. Okay, but this table has many records, many columns, so I just want to bring just two records for demo purpose. Alright, so I have clubbed both of these queries in one single script activity. So when you look at the output of the script activity, you will be seeing it under result sets. Okay, result sets is the outer array which will be combining all the result set from individual queries. So if you look at my output of the script activity, it will be saying result set count as 2. That is because we have two select queries. That's why it's saying result set as 2. Right? Every select query will bring one set of result set. That's why in our case it's 2. Alright. How to interpret the records brought by the select queries? All the records that the select query brings. The first select query brings 2 records, second select query bring 1 records. So these 3 records, how to interpret, that is what I'm going to tell you. Under result set, we will be seeing all the records that are brought by are all the select queries. Okay, if you have 2 select queries, you will have 2 elements under the result set array. So first element will be this, which is nothing but top 2 rows from the first table. Okay, this is the first element of the result set. What will be the second element of the result set? It will be the result from the second query. So the first query brings 2 records, that forms the first element of the result set. Second query brings 1 record, that will be forming the second result set. I'll be copying this to clipboard and explain in a better way. Okay, so we have this. In the browser I'm unable to navigate, that's why I just put it in the notepad. So as we saw, result set count is 2, and inside the result sets array, this is an array because we are seeing a square bracket here. Under the result set array, you will have 2 elements. The first element is the first query's result, and the second element is the second query's result. So the whole stuff forms the second query result. Okay, this is second query result, and here this is going to be the first query result. Okay, so the first query result is the first element in the result set array, and the second query result is the second element in the result array. So ultimately, how many elements are there in the result set array? We have result top, type in the top. We have result sets array. Okay, the 0th element is the first query result, and first element will be the second query result. This is the first thing that we need to understand from the output JSON. Okay, so if you want to access any particular element from the rows that you are seeing here, these are the rows from the first table, top 2 rows from the first table. Okay, if you want to access any element, whether in the row 1 or row 2, if you want to access any of the column values, how do we do that? That's what I'm going to tell you now. Assume we are going to access the second record here. The first record inside the rows will be getting the index 0, and second record in the rows array will get the index 1. So I'll be typing it for easier reference. Row number 1, row index 1, and then here it will be row index 0. Okay, so if I want to write an expression accessing this particular unit cost, for example, in row index 0, how do I do that? So what I would first say, I would first call out output dot result sets. Okay, result set is an array, and these rows are part of the first element of the result set. That is why I will say result set of 0, and inside that we have a rows array, and inside rows I want to access the first row element. That is why I will say 0th index in the 0th index I want to access a particular column called units sold. So what this will be yielding, this will be going inside the result set. Inside the result set we are mentioning 0th index, so this whole part will form the 0th index, which is nothing but the first element of the result set, the first select queries output. Okay, so this is the first select queries output. Inside that, rows of 0, there are 2 rows in it, 0 row and first row. I am accessing 0th row. Inside 0th row, unit sold property. Okay, or this is the column name. So I'll just copy this and paste it in the set variable activity and show you how it works. Similarly, if you want to access something sales channel in the second row, how you will do that is same way. I'll just copy paste result set of 0 only, but the second row means I will access rows of 1 and the corresponding property called sales channel. Okay, this is how we access individual rows in the first result set. If you want to access the second result set, how do you do? Same way, I'll just copy. If I want to access the second result set, I'll just say result set of 1. In there I just have only one record, so there is no confusion about 0 1 there. So I will quickly show you what is the row that is brought by the second query. So if you see here, row count is 1 and the rows it is just bringing one row, one column, last modified. So if I want to access it, I will just go follow the same way, but here I will have to make sure I'm accessing 0th row because there is only one row with index 0, and here last modified is the property name. Okay, so this is how we will have to interpret the individual element of the output JSON brought by the script activity. So I will just copy paste this and use it in a set variable activity and show you how does it work, right? So I will make use of last modified. So last modified is the result brought by my second query. Okay, I'll just remove it. So it is brought by my second query, that's why I'm mentioning result sets of 1, and inside there I just have one record, so rows of 0, and the property name is last modified. There will not be any space, so I'm just removing it. I'm running this query and showing you how it works. Because there will be instances when you want to access the output of a script activity and do some conditional check, like a particular profit value is greater than 0 or row count is greater than 0. So something like this we will have to keep doing. So I thought I would just cover this, right? So once we are able to do this, I'll just access the row count property also and show you how do we do that. Last modified, it is bringing a value, that is because we have just hard coded output, right? It is not the right way. I will go here and then we have to use the activity output, right? So I will just remove this part and then dot, right? So this should work now. Meanwhile it works, I'll have another set variable activity to access the row count property of the result set. So in our result set we will have a row count that is brought by every result set element. How much ever query you have in your script activity, each query will be bringing you a row count. Okay, so if you want to access this row count, how we should do? We should say output dot result set of 0 dot row count directly, because row count is not an array, it is an individual element inside the result set array. So I'm saying result set of 0 dot row count. So I'll just use this expression in the second set variable and then we can see how it works, right? So in the second variable I will declare one more variable called first row count 1. Here we will be accessing output dot result sets of 0 dot row count. Okay, This is the expression that we need to write. So let us check the output of the previous execution. Last modified is as same as the one that is brought by the output. So if you look here, this is the last modified date, 2024 Jan 12, 2024 Jan 12 with the same timestamp. Okay, so let us run the pipeline again with the row count expression and see how it works. So with this I would be closing the video. If you have any queries, you can let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting our channel for more such content. So let it run. It has failed. Row count will be of type integer. Okay, so we have assigned it to a string variable, that is why it is failing. In order to fix this, there are two options available. Either I should make this row count as integer, that will fix the issue. Otherwise I have to go typecast it to string. Okay, right now I have just changed the variable to integer from string and then rerunning the pipeline. That would make the expression work properly. Row count is a integer based expression or property. So whenever we are trying to get the row count, it should be assigned to an integer based variable, right? Nothing else there. So let's see. Now it has succeeded and says row count as 2. Okay, I hope I made it clear. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting.